Jurisdictions that impose reasonable limitations on the public carry of firearms show markedly lower rates of gun-related deaths.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Bless you.
I'm allergic to BS.
Pistols, prayer, and potluck. This is Armed Lutheran Radio.
Hi folks, welcome to Armed Lutheran Radio, a show about guns, hunting, competitive shooting, the natural right of self-defense, and what God's Word says about the issues surrounding gun rights and gun ownership. I am your host, Lloyd Bailey, the Armed Lutheran, and this is episode number 345, and if I sound excited, it's because I am. We are kicking off our 8th year of Armed Lutheran Radio with this episode. It is our annual State of the Show. It is our first episode of 2023. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for making Armed Lutheran Radio a part of your week again this week. For those of you who have been longtime listeners, thank you for coming back. We really appreciate your longtime support. For those of you who are new to the show, glad to have you with us. It is awesome to have you here. I think you are going to enjoy what you hear. I hope so anyway. And I hope you'll come back and check out more next week. Maybe check out the back catalog, all 344 episodes of Armed Lutheran Radio. It would be great to, and there's more, I think. There's 344 episodes and then a bunch of midweek meditations that I used to do way back in the day. So there's well over 350 episodes in the back catalog for you to check out. So before we get started, I want to thank all of the fine folks at the Reformation Gun Club, the member site that helps us keep the lights on. As I have said for a number of years now, we are listener funded. We have no advertising. We have no sponsors. This little plug at the beginning of every episode is the closest thing you're going to get to an advertisement on the show nowadays. Back in the day, we used to have sponsors. We were sponsored by the awesome people at Cook's Holsters. We wouldn't have gotten started if it hadn't have been for the fine folks, Bob Cook at Cook's Holsters. Be sure to check them out, by the way. A free plug for them because without their initial support, this show would never have gotten off the ground. Check them out at cooksholsters.com. They are absolutely awesome folks. If you need a fine Kydex holster for competition or concealed carry, check them out today. They are the holster that to this day, I still use every day for concealed carry, and I use when I used to shoot competition. I need to get back to that. That's one of the things we'll be talking about today. Before we do get to that, today's shout out to the members of the Reformation Gun Club goes to Austin from Dysart, Iowa, Brian from Riverton, Wyoming, Curtis from Junction City, Kansas, David from Kennesaw, Georgia, Michael from Janesville, Minnesota, Scott from Granville, Ohio, Steve from Vernon, Texas, Scott from Sheridan, Wyoming, Stuart from Spanaway, Washington, and Sam from Milton, Washington. Lots of S's in there. I'm not sure how we managed to lump all of the the members with the first name S, starting with S, all in the same week, but it worked out. It's fine. Thank you to all of you, and thank you to all of the members of the Reformation Gun Club. If you would like to find out more about what the Reformation Gun Club is, be sure to check out links in the show notes. Go to armedlutheran.us/gun club for all of the details. Okay, so what are we doing today? As mentioned, this is our annual State of the Show. And what I'm going to be doing today is looking back at our goals from 2022 and looking ahead to what's new in 2023. All right, I sent this information out in this month's newsletter, but I want to review it because this will give you an idea of how busy 2022 was here at Armed Lutheran Radio. We released 48 episodes. That doesn't count exclusive content that we released for the Reformation Gun Club members. That's publicly released episodes. Well, actually, it does count some Gun Club exclusive episodes. We did something a little different this past year. We once a month, for most, I think about 10 months, we had one exclusive Gun Club episode. But there was also other content that was released during the year that was specific for the Gun Club. We held 12 online hangouts, and this was the first year that we successfully held a hangout every month. And the hangouts this past year, were the best that we have ever had. We had more members joining in. I think we had our most attended meeting in November, if I'm not mistaken. Lots of fun. Great to meet the fans and the supporters of the show face to face. I really look forward to these every month. I mean, it's face to face remotely anyway. One day we're going to do that get together where we all get together in the same place and meet face to face. But we did this. We did it on Zoom, and we did a couple of things on live on Facebook and YouTube. But it's great to get a chance to talk to the members face to face, to hear their stories and their perspectives on different issues, and to share an adult beverage recommendation, of course. We gave away over $800 in prizes last year. We gave away $100 in gift certificates in the December online hangout alone, plus 8 signed books, 6 t-shirts, 4 tumblers, some swag packs, and an ultimate fan pack, which includes everything as well. We released 2 books. My first work of fiction called An Executioner's Tale. And we finally published Duty to Defend Volume 2, which is available in paperback, Kindle, and EPUB on the website. You can also get signed copies while they're still available. We published an audiobook version of Duty to Defend as requested. That was released after New Year's, so technically it wasn't last year, but I spent all of Christmas and a lot of time over my Thanksgiving break as well working on it, so that counts as far as I'm concerned. You may have noticed, if you're a longtime listener, we rebranded, new logos, new cover art. We revamped the Armed Lutheran shop. This was a big move. This took a lot of work. We got all of our merchandise and we brought it in-house, so we can now, if you order a t-shirt off the website, for example, depending on the time of day, we will press the t-shirt, pack it up same day, and at the very least, we will ship it the next business day. So we can now offer faster, more economical shipping. We can control things like promo codes and that sort of stuff that we didn't really have the same amount of control over. And the services that we used in the past, while they were great for the time for what we were trying to do, when you bought a t-shirt or you bought something off of those sites, we didn't make as much money, not as much of what you spent went to help support the show. So now we have better revenue streams, we have faster shipping, more economical shipping, we have better control over all of that stuff. We released 5 new t-shirt designs last year. By far my favorite, and the favorite from the fans so far, is a beer quote shirt from Martin Luther. Go check that out at the shop. We brought back the beloved can cooler. Just don't call it a koozie. You will get sued if you do. We used to have this can cooler with the Armed Lutheran crest on it on the website many moons ago. And we were because we listed it on the store as a can koozie, we got a nasty gram from a legal firm threatening us with legal action if we did not change the name, because the name can koozie is apparently a protected, supposedly is a protected trademarked name, so we couldn't use it. So it's a can cooler, but it's back in multiple colors on the shop as well. And we began doing something fun, which was producing our own music for the show. We decided to stop paying for, or trying to find royalty-free music that would fit, and just started producing our own. And we produced 32 songs last year, which were, we didn't just do bumper music and that sort of stuff. I went ahead and I actually started creating new songs, full songs, and those are available on the store as well, including something special that I did, which was a 10-song album, quote unquote. It's called Decalogue, and each song is designed to help teach teenagers the 10 Commandments. So each song is based on one of the commandments. So anyway, that was a busy year. 2022 was pretty busy. So what do we have planned for 2023? Well, I'm glad you asked. We will still be, first of all, we're still going to be doing the alternate formats each week in 2023, just as we did last year, but with a little different twist. This year, we're going to do something a little bit different, and we'll have some cool bonus content as well for supporters. We will have one variety show a month at least, one online hangout a month at least, one Clinging to God and Guns show every month at least, and we may try to do 2 of those if I can finagle it, and if the pastor and I can work out our schedules. I'm going to try to do 2 God and Guns shows every month, and maybe try to do some live versions of those shows as well, where you can tune into YouTube or Facebook and you can watch as we do the show, and you can actually see us make the sausage, so to speak. I'm not sure how great that will be, but it should be fun. So we'll see if we can't work that out. And I want to resurrect the Fifth Sunday specials that we used to do, and bring back some guests, including I'm thinking about trying to work out invitations to pastors who contributed to Duty to Defend. Maybe have them come on with Pastor Bennett and I for our God and Guns shows, or maybe have a one-on-one with some of them during our Fifth Sunday specials, and introduce those folks to you. I think that'll be fun. In addition, I've got some ideas for exclusive content for the Gun Club. Maybe bringing back our Reformation Gun Club Good Time Happy Hour, which was just was not necessarily an Armed Lutheran radio thing. It was me discussing various things that, whatever was on my mind for the week. It may be about sports, it might be about life, it might be about entertainment, it might be about guns. You never know. It was whatever came to mind, and it was in video and audio format, and I'm thinking about bringing that back as well. Want to try to do more YouTube videos as well, because one of the goals in 2022 was to do more of that, to really expand the channel. The channel grew somewhat this past year. I think we're over 200 subscribers now, which is still pretty low. But I'm hoping that I can find the time, squeeze in the time to do an episode more frequently than I have in the past, and really try to get the YouTube channel up off the ground with content that is not just the re-airing of the show, of the podcast each week, but it's some additional content based on our past and present episodes. As for publications, I've got 2 ideas for books that are already in the early stages of brainstorming. Those are a couple of potential fiction novels that I've got an idea for. See if I can flesh out. But we'll see. Also have an Armed Lutheran book that has been in the works for a while that I need to try and resurrect. So hopefully, I think we left off at Armed Lutheran Radio year 4 was the last of those books that was released. So I've got 3 years to consolidate into one book, or release 3 books this year, one or the other. We'll see. In addition to the latest music, which was released earlier this week, there's a new 13-song album that was just released earlier this week. Got a bunch of ideas in the hopper, so to speak. So be working on some more custom. What's the word I'm looking for? Some unique music that we'll be releasing throughout the year this year. So all that is to say, to boil it down into a nutshell, is that I think it's going to be another busy year here at Armed Lutheran Radio. It's going to be a lot of fun because one of the things, especially doing more clinging to God and gun stuff, one of the things that I think it was episode 341 or 342, I'm not sure which. I have to go back and look. I can't think of it off the top of my head. It was the episode where we were responding to a critic of Duty to Defend who just spouted a bunch of quotes from early church fathers at us, and we broke those down and dissected them. That really kind of sparked a lot of excitement for both Pastor Bennett and I. Kind of reminded us how much fun those sorts of episodes were. So I want to try to do more clinging to God and guns this year, and really get back into that habit because that was really fun. I'll dig a little deeper to find more articles and things that we can respond to, and as I said, hopefully get 2 clinging to God and guns episodes every month. That should be a lot of fun, and I hope you will stick with us. I hope you will come along with us for the ride for our 8th year of Armed Lutheran Radio, or I hope you will consider joining us in pushing the cart, so to speak. You can either come along for the ride and enjoy the show, or push the cart. Come push the cart with the members of the Reformation Gun Club. Get behind us, put your money where your mouth is, and really help us grow and expand the show and all the things that we do here by joining the Reformation Gun Club. Go to armedlutheran.us/gun club. Check out the tiers, the offerings that we have there, what all of the different membership levels entail. And that's another thing I wanted to mention, because we have decided to simplify this year. That is another thing. All right, let's go over that. I forgot to write that down. That's one of the things that I've mentioned to a couple of people, and I want to mention to all of you. This year, part of the thinking for this year is simplicity. Let's make things more streamlined, more efficient, easier to keep track of. So I'm not spending as much time on things that don't result in great content or that are only tangential to the content that we create. So part of that we started last month with bringing all of our merchandise in-house. The other thing is streamlining the way we do our memberships. So the Reformation Gun Club, we used to have 6 membership levels. When we first started out, we were on Patreon. We don't do that anymore, although we still have members who are paying on Patreon. Although I don't post content at Patreon anymore. We have our own, we created our own website specifically for Gun Club members where all the content is housed. And we used to have 6 membership levels. We now have 4. So I've decided to streamline things a little bit to try to make it a little easier to keep track of, to try to focus more on making sure that members get more back for what they're paying for. So the friend of the show membership is still there. It's still $15.17 per year. That's for those of you who are not Lutherans. That is a little inside joke. $15.17 being the year that the Lutheran Reformation kicked off, when Martin Luther nailed the 95 Theses to the door of the Wittenberg Castle Church in Germany. So the friend of the show membership stays at $15.17 per year. Then we have the Gospel Gunslinger membership level. We've eliminated the $2 a month level and kept the Gospel Gunslinger level, which is $36 a year, which breaks down to $3 a month. Then we have the $10 a month level, which is the Reformation Rifleman membership. We've eliminated the highest level membership, which was $25 a month, and bumped that down and consolidated the top two tiers to the Concord Cannoneer level, which is $15.17 per month. So it's $15.17 per year for the lowest tier, $15.17 per month for the highest. The benefits include things like early access to the show every week, access to our website where we have hundreds of hours of exclusive content. That's not even a joke, and I don't want to sound like Joe Biden, but there's a ton of stuff on that website. You get regular shout outs on the show, like the one you heard earlier. You get invitations to join our closed social media groups on Facebook, for example, invitations to our monthly online hangouts, as I mentioned earlier, which are a ton of fun. You get your own personal RSS feed, so you can plug that into your podcast player, whatever podcast player you use, and the new content that gets posted, you get an update automatically. You don't have to check the website. You get access to our member discounts page. We have an online giveaway that we do every year. I think we're going to skip the one in July and just focus on the one in December. The one in December is the big one, and basically every member is entered in. You get entries for our online giveaway based on your membership level. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch, you can't listen to. Go back and watch episode 344 on YouTube, and you'll see what I'm talking about, where we give away a bunch of prizes. So when you move up to the $36 a year level, the essentially $3 a month, you get an Armed Lutheran swag pack, and that includes a bunch of stickers and a patch, a wristband, one of those great can coolers, don't call it a koozie, and more entries into the December online giveaway. At the $10 a month level, you get a free t-shirt on top of that, and you get 10 entries in the December giveaway. And at the top level, $15.17 a month, you're going to get not only the t-shirt and the swag pack, you're going to get a Armed Lutheran tumbler, which is available on our shop if you'd like to see what that looks like, and you'll get 15 entries in the December online giveaway. So a little bit of streamlining, just trying to make things a little easier to keep up with, just trying to economize things, to make things easier for us to deal with on the back end, all the things that you don't see go on. So just trying to focus on making things more efficient so that we can focus on producing great content. And I want 2023 to be our best year yet. So this is all part of that, just trying to make the back end stuff easier both for us and easier for the members to understand, rather than having to keep up with all the different membership levels and all the different benefits and all of that. So we're down from 6 to 4 membership levels, and I hope you will check it out and consider coming and joining us and being a part of our online hangouts, the first of which will be in just a few weeks. Let's have a look at the calendar and see what I'm talking about. I had it mapped out here and forgot to bring it up. I think the first, I'll have to look, but the first hangout will either be the week of the 16th or the week of the 23rd. Sometimes our online hangouts drift over into the first week of the next month. So sometimes we end up with 2 hangouts in a month if things come up that delay the online hangout. But I think we're going to be doing the January hangout. It won't be next week, because next week is crazy volleyball week for the family here, including a 3-day tournament, which we've never done before, and I don't have any idea what that's going to be like. I think probably the week of the 16th will be when we do the online hangout next. And like I said, those are really fun. It's great to hang out with the members. Last month's episode is not a good example because we had some technical difficulties, didn't get to do any back and forth with the members at the beginning, and we just jumped right into the giveaways. So go back to the November hangout when we had our most members online ever, and go look at that video and check that out, because those hangouts are so much fun. And we would love to have you come and be a part of it. You get to visit with myself and Pastor Bennett, and Mia is able to join us. And we try to get it scheduled so that Bill can be with us as well. And then other members of the Gun Club from around the country join us as well. And it's really a lot of fun. And I want to thank all of you for making this show possible for the last 7 years. I really want to thank all of you who provided feedback, or sent us a note or an email on our feedback page and said, hey, really enjoy what you do, or left a review on iTunes, and just let people know what you think of the show. And for those of you who have, like I said, put your money where your mouth is and support the show as members of the Reformation Gun Club, I really do appreciate all of your support over the years, and I really look forward to a great 2023. And I look forward to being with you again next week for episode number 346. Until then, keep shooting, keep praying. We'll talk to you next time.
For show notes, be sure to visit our website at www.armedlutheran.us. Check out the Facebook page, The Armed Lutheran, or join our Facebook group, Fans of Armed Lutheran Radio. If you like what you hear, please leave us a comment on our feedback page at armedlutheran.us/feedback, or a review on iTunes, and let us know what you think. Thank you for listening to Armed Lutheran Radio, a member of the Self-Defense Radio Network.